So guys, in today's video we are going to create a Python script to scrape data from yellowpages.com. So we can search event planners in Los Angeles, and you can see that there's a bunch of information here: Airbnb, the mobile number, the address. So we can get all this into an Excel sheet using Python. So for this purpose I'm going to use PyCharm IDE, but you can use any other IDE you want and you're comfortable with. Here I am going to create a new Python file. Okay, so I'm going to name it Yellow Pages. So we have our yellowpages.py file. So now we are gonna import the required libraries, which are Pandas, BeautifulSoup, which is the most important library for this, and we also need requests to get the HTML text, and we I think also need no. So these are the libraries that we're gonna need, and let's get started. So first of all I'm gonna get the HTML text. So the syntax for that is requests dot get requests dot get, and we have to copy this URL and paste it here. Okay, so let's see what we get, and I wanna print HTML text. Let's run this. So we get response 200, which means that we ran it successfully. So now we have to type here dot text to get the text from HTML. Let's run it again. So here you can see that we have got the HTML text of that web page. Now what we have to do is parse this into a more readable form, which we can do using BeautifulSoup. So we are gonna just create a soup here. Soup is equal to BeautifulSoup HTML text, which we just created here, and the parser that we are going to use is LXML, and we are gonna print soup. Let's see what we get. Okay, so I think we did a pretty good job with that. Now what we have to do is look for the listings. So we have to inspect this page and check the attributes and other things, that where are these listings. So we can see that this is listing 1, this is listing 2, this is listing 3. You can see in the left side this is listing 4. So all these are under div. uh, so with class is equal to this search results organic. So we have to specify to the code that we want to look for div with class whatever that was. So we can do that by writing soup dot div with soup dot find div with class. So class is a keyword which is used in Python, so we have to use this underscore here. So the class is, we can copy that from here, copy and paste it here. So there's only one class with this, so we don't have to use find all, we can use just find. We get nothing. We are not getting anything here. Let's see what we did wrong. I think we have to use print here to see the result. I am more used to working in Jupyter notebooks, so that's the problem here. Okay, so we have got our code, and we can see that we have got all the listings, I think. So now what we want to do is look at this HTML text, and let me just widen this. So in this we have to look for div with class is equal to result, and we have to get all of these. So div with class is equal to result, div with class is equal to result, and every listing has this class equal result. So we have to find all these. So what we have to do here is, what we can do here is go beyond this and type find all. So what we wanted to find is div with class equal result. Let's see what's the result here. So I think it found all of them. We will, if it could not have find them, we would not be seeing these results. So I guess this is right. Yeah, this is right. We can see the listing ID here, and these are all of them. So what we have to do now is go inside one of them, and for now we can use here only find to get one listing. We can change it to find all later, because right now get we want to get one result, and then we can use a for loop and find all here to get all of the results. Okay, so we have the first instance of div with class is equal to result, and now what we want to do is go inside one of this, and so we have to go inside one more div. So we have to see where our data is. So our data is, what we want here is Airbnb, this text. So to get to this text, what we have to do is, we are already inside this div with class result, so we have to go inside one more div and then one more. So 1 2 and then with div with class equal info. So one to div and then the div with class equal info. So let's do this. We have to go inside div, one more div, and then the div with class equal info. So let's see what we get here. Okay, so we are inside div with class info, and now we have to see where our, so we are inside this, and now we have to, okay, so see there are three div with different classes. So we have to go inside div with class info section info primary. I will just copy this, so it will find this, then go inside h2, then inside a, and then inside span, and get the text. So that is our purpose. So first of all we will find the class with find the div with this class. So let's just do that here. Find div with class this. Okay, so after this what we have to do is h2, then a, then span, and its text. So h2a span. So go inside h2 dot a dot span dot text. So let's see how it goes. Okay, so you can see that we have got the business name here, so that will be our name. We can call it uh, business name, and this way we can get other attributes. So let's see what more information is available on this page. So after coming here, and we can go into categories, div with class categories, and okay, there's not much information. We don't want to get categories, but if you want to get categories, then you can simply copy and paste the code which was same till here, and then you can find the div with class equal categories. So this way you can get any data you want. So now the other data that we want to get is inside this, I think. So because see how the address and mobile number is here. So what we want to do now is, after this div we want to get inside the div with class info section info secondary. So I'll just do that now. So just copy this, copy, and what we want to get now is business contact. Paste this, info section info, I'll just type this secondary, and after that, going into info secondary, we want to go into div with class phone primary. There may be some other information in other listings, so that's why I'm gonna specify this class so that we always get the mobile number no matter what the case is. So we have to go in, we are already inside this, and we want to go inside one more div with class equal phone primary. I'll just copy this, and we want to get its text. So dot find div with class equals this, and we wanna get its text. Just that we are getting it right, so I'll just print both of these. Print business name and business contact. Okay, let's run this and see what we get. Okay, so we got an error. I think I made a mistake somewhere. Okay, here there's an extra parenthesis. So let's run this. Let's see. We should get the name and mobile number. Okay, so we are getting the name and mobile number both correctly. So that's very good. Now what we want to get is business address. So let's see how the address is presented here. So when we are inside the info section, info secondary div, so then we want to go into div with class equal ADR. So here's our address. What we want to do is go inside div with class address, then go inside another div with street address. So go inside div with address and street address. So we can copy the this completely and till here, copy and paste it here. So you want to get inside div, you want to get inside div with class equal ADR, then we want to get inside another div with class equal street address. I think we'll see. So yeah, street address, and we want to get its text. So what this will get us is the street address of that business. So I'll just change this to street. Okay, that's a very long name, so I'll just remove this. So business street. Okay, and I might as well create one more element here for the locality. I'll just paste this, and here only one thing is different, which is locality. I can show you here. You can see that here we are already inside div with class ADR, and we want to get the text of div with class equal locality. So we can do that by typing this code. I'll call this business locality, and let's print them all out and see what we get. Print business name and okay, so I will just create an F string here for better presentation. So name, business name, and I'll just create a break here, \n, and then we want to get business contact. So the business contact is this variable, and then I'll also create a break and the address. So what I want to do here is concatenate business street space business. So I think that's not how this works, so I'll just write a comma here and business locality. I think everything looks fine. Let's test this. Okay, so we are getting the name, Airbnb, contact, and we are also getting the address, which is, let's match this, 6226. I guess this is right. Yep, this is perfectly working fine. This is okay. So now we have got these details. Let's see what else we can get. So let's see what's inside this. This is simply a description, and some have this description and some don't, and some even have reviews here, so this is pretty confusing. So we are not gonna try to get that, but if you want I can make another video for more complex script. So right now we are only learning the basics here, so we don't want to get into this, and we have got all the information that we got from this also. So I guess that's it. We can look for link if the link is here somewhere in this, inside this. Let me just check. This is directions link. There should be link inside the name. Okay, so here it is. So yep, this is the link that we want to get, so we can copy the code where we got the name. So I'll just copy this till A, and I'll just, okay, so I'll paste it there, and what we want to get is, from this A we want to get href. So how we are going to do that is this. So dot a dot get href. So href means hyperlink reference, I think. I don't know anything about HTML, just a little bit. So let's see. I will also print out here business link, create a break here, line break, and okay, so remove this and get the business link. I'll name it now. I should have named it first. So business link. Let's test it, what we get. Okay, so we are getting the link, but we are only getting this text. So what we wanna get is the complete link. So what we can do here is we can type www.yellowpages.com, and this will be concatenated to this, and I will also type here link. So let's do it again. Okay, so we are getting the full link now, www.yellowpages.com, and this is the complete link. So I guess we have got all the information that we want. Now what we want to do is get this information for all of the listings. So how we can accomplish that is by using a for loop. So let's create a for loop here. So how we can do that is we can create here another variable called listings soup dot what we can do here is we can just copy this and make it this variable, because this is always going to be the same. So just copy this and paste it here, and we are gonna change this to find all, so it get all the listings, and we can simply change this to listings, and this one too, listings, this one also listings. Okay, so what we are simply just creating here one more variable which will get all the listings, and from each listing we want to get this information. So that is how this is going to work. And now I'm going to create a for loop. I'll just hide this for a moment, and this one too. So what you want to do here is for index and value in. I'll enumerate this so we can get both these values, and for index value in enumerate listings. So I guess this will be the listing with first index, so this will be 0, and sorry, what I have to type here is index, so it will be different for, it will look for all these details in different listings. So I'll also type here index. I'll just copy this and paste it at the required place here, here. Okay, so now, okay, so also change this indentation, and I guess we have got the information here, so it will print out the information. But what we want to do is get this information in a data frame so that we can get it into an Excel file. So how we're going to do that is we are going to create an empty data frame using pandas. So I'll call this information. No, that's not a good name. I'll just call this info equal pd dot, okay, I forgot to write here as pd dot data frame, and we'll create an empty data frame here. So what we now wanna do is get this information inside the data frame. So how we're gonna accomplish that is, okay, so we also want to print this information, so I'll leave the print code here, and I also want to get this into the data frame, so we can accomplish that by dot insert, I think. Or what we can do is we can, I think we can use loc to specify the location. So what we can do here is index. I think we have to create one more loop here. No, we don't need the loop. So whatever the length of data frame is, I think, and we can specify the columns here, which are we can specify the column names. I'll just name them name, uh, the contact, uh, address, and link. Okay, so after doing this, we wanna present it with the values. So what our values would be, so let me just explain this. This is the, I have typed here length of info, the data frame, because when a new record is entered, so the length will keep changing. So like when the first record is entered, so the length of data frame will be 1, and so the data will be entered on 0 index. So when the length is 1, so what this will represent here is the index on which we want to enter the data. So it will enter the data, like for example right now the length of data frame is 0, so this will show here 0, and the info from above will be entered into the 0th index. So when the information is entered, so the length will be changed to 1, and the new information will be entered into first index. So this is how we're gonna accomplish that. So what we're gonna call this is business name and business contact and business address. Sorry, so we can always concatenate here f string, using f string. So business, street, and you can use a comma, business locality, and the last element would be the link. So business, we can again use an f string to change it to like this, www.yellowpages.com, and then we wanna get the business link. So I think this should work, but I have typed a lot of information here without testing it, so I'm kind of scared. Let's see if we get an error or we don't. Let's see. I'll just run this. Okay, so we got an error after 3 listings. And why is this printing like that? I don't know. There must, okay, there's a space. I'll just remove this, and we've got the error file. None type object has no attribute. So there is a listing where this could not find some attribute. So the script is working fine, but for some listing there wasn't all the information available, so that's why this script stopped, the loop broke. So we can skip a listing if there is not all the information by using try function. I guess it's a function. So I'll just do this. So for every listing it will try this, but if it is not able to get the information, what I want this to do is accept pass. So what this will do is this will not stop our loop, this will uh, pass the loop again, and we will get the information of other listings. So let's try this now. So okay, so our data frame will be recreated, so that's not going to be a problem. Let's rerun it and see what we get. So the process is finished, and I guess it is working pretty fine, and the data frame is created. What we want this to do is, okay, so I should have done this before. I we want to create this to a CSV file, so we can use this method called toCSV. This is a method of Pandas, so we can call this file info.csv. So let's do it again and see if it is working fine. We should have a CSV file here. Okay, so let's open this file. You can see that name, contact, address, link, and we have got Airbnb and number and address and link. Name, number, address, link. So I guess the script is working pretty fine. We can open the CSV here also. I can show you. So we are creating this script in PyCharm projects. Here's our CSV. I can show you this. Okay, so you can see all the names, the numbers, the address, and the links. We can check one of the links if we want. Like, I'll just copy this, and we can see that this is a link for All Valley Party Rentals. So I'll just paste this and check if this is okay. Okay, so this works pretty fine. All Valley Party Rentals. I'll just minimize this and close the file. We can get more creative and put some inputs here, so that for example, you can see here that the URL is made up of these. So we can create some inputs here. I can show you, just a minute. We can create some inputs here, like what we are looking for. So we'll call this search, and we can put an input here called looking for. Okay, so, and we can replace this, because there is a plus for to text. So we can, first of all, we can change this to an f string, so we can refer to an element like search. So I'll just refer to this. So when the script asks for our input, it will ask for what we are looking for. So if we type here like whatever, we can type restaurants or anything. So what it will do is it will create a URL with restaurants word here. So if we type more than one word, so there is going to be a space. So what we can do here is we can replace the whatever the user types, we can replace the space with a plus symbol. So I guess it should work fine. So let's test this. So our location here is Los Angeles and California. I mean Los Angeles. So let's test it if this works. So what we are looking for here is restaurants. So the script should run now. We'll see. So you can see that we have got the uh, restaurants information, and the file would also have been written again. Yeah, you can here see that the information has been changed. We have got the contact numbers and address and links for restaurants in Los Angeles. So we can get even more creative to get more number of pages. So how the pages one works is, I'm gonna show you how the URL changes when we open a second page. So see here I have opened the second page, and you can see that in URL the page, there's one more element called page. So what we can type here is, after CA and page equal, so we can type here and page equals, and we can create an element here, and we can get the inputs. So sorry, we can get, we can type a number of pages equals input, and we can show this pages to be scraped. Okay, and I'll type a space here. So there are not going to be any spaces here, so you don't have to use replace. And I'll type here number of pages. So the URL is even more dynamic now. So for getting information for all of the pages, we have to uh, we have to get this uh, all of this into the loop, because we have to create one more loop here for pages in number of pages, and we can create a range here, so it will work on every single page. Yeah, so for pages in number of pages, so this will be the element that we enter. Like if we enter 3 pages, so the range will be 3 0, so the range will be from 0 to 2, 0 1 2. So it will get our uh, information for every single page. So we can copy this and paste this here. So what this will do now is search for what we type here, and it will get data for all of the pages. So like we enter 3, so this will be changed. Okay, so we have to change this. We have to write 1, and number of pages we have to add 1 here also, because the range, the way the range works in Python is, like if we enter range of 3, it will get from 0 1 2. So we want to start from 1 page, we don't want to start from 0 page, we want to start from page number 1 and go up to 3 if the user enter 3 here. So if the user enter 3 here, so this will be 3 plus 1 4, and the script will go through 1 2 and 3. So that's how this will work, and we have to indent, change the indentation here of this for loop. Okay, so now we are inside this loop. So like for this page, all of these things will happen, and then again for second page all of these will happen, and all of the data will be entered into our data frame. So let's test this now. So for example, we are looking for, what are we looking for? uh, let's, okay, so nothing else comes to mind when needed. So like we want to scrape 3 pages. You can get so much creative with this kind of script. Okay, so we have got an error here. We only concatenate string, not into string. Okay, so what we have here is this takes the input to be a string. So if we enter here, like we entered here 3, it is not taking it as an integer, but it is taking it as a string. So what we have to do here is change this into an int using the int function. So I think this should work now. We'll see. Okay, I have made a mistake here. I just realized I have to type pages here because number of pages doesn't make sense. It will only put 3 here. I want it to change every time this loop goes through, so the pages should be here, this one. Now we'll run it again and you'll see stop and rerun. Yes, so we are looking for restaurants and we want to scrape 3 pages. We'll see what we get. Okay, so I guess this is from one page and I think we have got the information from second page, but for third page there is some problem here. Permission denied. Okay, so everything was done, just because we have opened this file it could not write the information to the file. That's the only problem here. So what we can do here is we can uh, also use the f string here to make the name of the file dynamic. So what we want this to be named is the search that the people make. So I will type a search. So restaurants.csv will be created when we search restaurants, but if we search anything else like barbers, so barbers.csv will be created. So let's run this again. Looking for restaurants, number of pages to be scraped are 3. There goes page number 1, page number 2, page number 3, and the process is done. Now you can see that there is a CSV called restaurants.csv because that's what we looked for. So here you can see that we have information of restaurants, about 86 restaurants. Each page contains 30 listings, so some listings would not have some information, that's why they are scraped. So you can see that this works pretty fine. We have got all the contact details, all the addresses and everything else. So I guess that is it for this project, but you can always get more creative. You can always collect more information using BeautifulSoup. So that's how you can create a scraper. We can even like here for city name we can here create one more element. Let's just create it. City equals input city, and we'll also do this replace because we want the space to be replaced by plus, because you can see here if the city name is 2 words, so it should be changed to this. What we will do here is city. So let me just show you. You can see that here all the addresses are for Los Angeles. Now we are gonna delete this. I'll just delete the file and this one too. So now we'll look for it in a different city, but because here this is CA California, so we will have to type a city name which is in California. We can also make this dynamic, but right now we are only gonna work with city. So let's try it. We are looking for, let's do barbers this time. Number of pages to be scraped, let's make it Okay, 3 is fine. City, one more city in California. Let's do San Francisco. I guess this is the spelling, I don't know. So there goes page 1, there goes second page, and there's our third page. Now we should have an CSV called barbers.csv. There it is. We can see that we have the Barbers information and the address should be of San Francisco. Nope, the addresses are not for San Francisco, they are for Los Angeles. So where did we mess it up? Yep, every address is from Los Angeles. Okay, okay. So this is the problem. I didn't even, how can I make this mistake? I didn't even remove this. I have to change it here because this is the loop that we are working on, and I should have deleted those lines before. I'll just type here city, so this time it should work. Let's test again. So barbers in San Francisco. Okay, what am I doing? I'll just rerun the file. Barbers, number of pages to script 3, city is San Francisco. Okay, so you can see that we are now getting addresses for San Francisco. Again, what's wrong with me? But this would have worked pretty fine. You can see that we are getting addresses for San Francisco and we are getting the data for barbers. You can make this more dynamic by changing uh, this CA to attribute called to an you can type here in the curly bracket in these, I don't know what these brackets are called. So in these type of brackets you can type state and you can create one more input here. I leave that to you, so you can get creative with it and you can collect more information. So that's it for this project. I will provide the link for this script and whatever the resources on the GitHub, and I'll provide the link in the description. So I guess that's it for this project. If you like this, you can like the video and subscribe to the channel. I'll keep uploading these types of projects because I am in the process of creating my own portfolio, and I've been learning Python for 20-25 days now, and this is a great journey, so I just wanted to share this with others too.